Alright guys, this is gonna be just a quick video on the on my iPhone here that basically shows you how to cut the holes for your F150. Now I have a 5.5 bed, 5.5 bed, whatever you want to call it, but as you can see in the bed here, there is no hole cut. So if you want to put a rack on this short bed, it's not gonna happen. I'm not sure why they didn't cut it, but I'll show you that I got the back ones on both sides cut. So I'm gonna show you quick how I went about doing it. I just used a few things, a few tools. I used a router bit with a little ball bearing on it, just basic drill, 1/2 inch, and kind of wallered out the hole so the router bit would fit, and just a small bit to kind of, hit my spots, kind of mark it a little bit, just so I make sure that you don't drill a big hole, and then a scribe here, just to kind of mark my measurements. This little bitty hole they're gonna poke in there to get your measurement, your outline of where the big hole is gonna go in the top of the bed is far easier to deal with if you're wrong than a 1/2 inch. So here's how I did it. Basically, I took this little bitty bit and I went, I kind of measured this out, and I'll show you quick. Off the side of the bed, off the actual inside of the bed, the rail, it's like a 1/2 inch to the hole. So a 1/2 inch, I don't know how well you can see that, but a 1/2 inch to the inside of the hole. And as you can see, 2 1/4 in or out to the outside. So about a 1/2 inch is where you'll cut to the hole from the inside of the bed, and then from the outside, which would be the side of the truck, you'd be 2 1/4. Then from this little notch, that's where the tailgate hits, you're gonna be 1.5 inches to 3.5 roughly. That's gonna kind of be your spot. I went like, come in 2 inches and then come in 3 inches, drilled some little pilot holes, and then kind of got where the middle of that thing was, or where a big portion of the hole was, and then I cut my 1/2 inch hole, and then kind of wallered that with a 1/2 inch bit, and then shoved that router in there, and just kind of went slowly around the edge there with that ball bearing. Now you got to be careful, because you'll if you jump out of there, you could cut it a little wider, and I mean, you're probably not gonna mess it up, but you just be careful, because first time I tried this, it was $86. So it's an $86 fix if you gotta replace one of these on your bed. And that was on eBay. I think I bought a rail for $86 because I messed up the first time. So take it easy and slow, and then you can haul a rack, like a kayak rack, or if you haul ladders or whatever else. From this back portion right here, 64 inches all the way down, as you can see, 64 inches is where you mark your next hole and then a 1/2 inch from the inside of the bed, half inch in, and that's going to be the edge of the hole. So, you know, you can measure in. I'll show you the other side quick and kind of give you an idea of what we got here. So if you measure 64 inches from the back, you're gonna be over here. That should give you about center of the hole. Now I'm going to show you the actual measurement. So you got an inch from that little piece of plastic in to the middle of the hole is about 2.5 inches if you're coming this direction from the cab. The edge of the hole is 1.25 inches, and the other side of the hole is about 1.75 inches. So you got a 1/2 inch in from the inside of the bed to the hole, and then 2.25 to the outside. So what would be the outside side of the truck. So I hope you can see that. Hope this helps some of you guys that are trying to put a rack on your truck for, you know, whatever reason that might be. Hopefully this will help. That's good sense.